Drag race. I thought you was may the best woman win.
Hola.
Hola. It's our new opening. Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Donkey shit.
Michael. Happy Saturday, everyone.
Yeah.
Happy Saturday.
And what a Saturday it is.
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to be talking happy topics today instead of sad ones.
Happy. Well, it's kind of happiness on somebody's misery. That's pretty sad.
Well, considering what we've been covering, this is actually happy. So,
Yeah, this is much more fun. And
yes.
it was a good episode for the season. The season's kind of, I think it kind of finally hit its kind of groove, kind of used to it now, and it's not so just watching a bum season. I think Sherry got the appropriate amount of coverage to tell the story and not be so
Put pants on.
detrimental with her edit. And then
Michael, you can only see half your face.
then the story was and the story followed itself right now because even though not involving Sherry or whatever. So it was a good episode.
All right, bees in the house.
What's up, B? So we've got what episode is this?
Episode 8.
Episode 8.
I'm muted because my dogs and my children were yelling.
We had just come off of the heels of
Hi, B.
Britta's elimination, and just as I thought. Did I not predict this last week? Did I not say they're all going to come into that workroom and they're going to be like, "Oh, Britta, we love you, and you the best, and you the queen"? I predicted it. Sure, shit enough. It happened. Everybody's like, "Oh, I'm going to miss her," and crying and boohooing, and then this is what started to set me off. Let me tell you. Focus stop. Jan. Okay. Episode 1 or Meet the Queens. I said, I don't like this bitch, and there was like.
Which is so funny because when I first watched the episode today, this is the first I'm meeting the characters because I watched yesterday's episode today. I right away was kind of drawn to Jan. I kind of like Jan.
So many people are. Well, see, I was judgmental because I was first set off of her because during Meet the Queen she announced that she was the drag daughter of what's on this one of what's her face Alexis Michelle. And Alexis Michelle is a queen from a couple seasons back that I could not stand all season long. She drove me up the walls. I was just get this bitch off the show. She made it off the final four and everything. And I couldn't stand her. It was the first drag queen of like all the seasons that I just couldn't stand. And so when Jan said that she was Alexis Michelle's drag daughter, I was like, bye, bitch. But then it wasn't that. It had nothing to do with Alexis Michelle because Alexis Michelle didn't come into any play into her story this season. I was like, what is bothering me so bad about this chick? What is the deal? It all came out right here in this first scene, right away. She comes in the workroom and all that fake freaking crying. I mean, it was fake. Full on fake, dramatic. I want attention. Woe is me. And then she was sitting there like pretending like she's sobbing, and then look up and be fine in the room, wiping tears like this. This is how this bitch was wiping tears. She goes, didn't even touch her face.
I did find that whole cry session a little bit dramatic. I love that the other girls pointed out the fact that they were very aware of the fact that yes, she was sad her best friend went home, but she was more sad that she lost the challenge, and she made that very clear.
Exactly. She could not give a shit if Britta went home or not. It was ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And then that's when I knew right there. I was like, that's where I picked her. She's the type. She's like the Roxy Andrews. That type of queen that is so full of herself, so overly confident, pompous ass, full of herself, and then yet doesn't know how to. What's in her head about how big she is? She's trying too hard to emulate that, and everything about her comes out fake. Everything about her comes out fake, and that's why I knew she bugged me. Right from her interviews and everything. Everything was a persona. Everything was an act. There was nothing real about her at all. Everything was this Jan act and like larger than life. And I was just like, be human for 1 minute. Just be flaws or not, be human for 1 second. That's why I didn't like her. And I'm glad she deserved to go home. I'm glad she went home. Spoiler alert, she went home. Mm-hmm. So anyway,
if you guys haven't figured it out, Michael doesn't pull any punches when it comes to this stuff. So
God, no, with Drag Race, this is what we talk. We serve the tea. So, episode starts. We have Britta. We have Jan. Oh, boo hoo hoo hoo, fake Jan. And then we go into the day. We're like, all right. So now we got a new story. We got to set up a new storyline.
Okay, can I interject real quick?
yes.
I'm sorry, I had to mute it because my husband just asked me about the stimulus check, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. But then you know what he said to me? He goes, okay, cool. Can we buy a tiger?
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Really?
He's being funny. He hasn't even watched it yet. He's just being funny.
Well, we'll be talking about that tomorrow.
We're talking about RuPaul's Drag Race right now. Tomorrow's Tiger King.
Tomorrow's Tiger King.
Your engine. So now the show's got a challenge. The show has got to set up new dynamics and new storyline because everybody involved in our big storyline from the past is gone. You know, the Britta Aiden fight. You know, all that was the focus of the thing. So what are they going to set up? So they set up a couple interesting storylines that they're going to follow through. I think one is they're setting up Heidi in Closet. Predicting this now, Heidi in Closet is being set up. The edit she's getting now is set up to be she's going to start to have some success and then go home too soon. She's gonna have the success and then falter. She'll be the girl that be like, oh no, Heidi, don't go home. She'll have the detox edit that the detox had in her season. She gets up, she starts really, really doing well, and then all of a sudden one challenge just kills her and she's out the door. So I think they're setting that up for Heidi. She's starting to get a lot more confidence. The challenge she did well. You know, people are giving her compliments. So I think she's on a roll, but she's not on a roll to win. What we're getting the winners edit with is we're getting the winners edit between a competition between Jackie and Gigi. I think they're setting that up to be our winners. It's going to be either or. Who's going to win? Blah 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 blah. And I think they're also setting up Crystal Method to get in that top 3 as well. That all of a sudden she came from ground zero. They didn't have a lot of faith in her, and now all of a sudden she's doing, you know, this crazy stuff. So we're getting the winners, the finale type edits coming into place. And who is VH1 favoring? Who's the show favoring to kind of tell a story around it? Because you can usually tell with reality shows, especially reality game shows, who's getting that hero edit, that it factor edit. And I think that it factor edit is coming between Gigi and Jackie, being as friends and equally competitive. And I think that's what they're going to set up now. They're going to set up a friends, kind of dueling kind of thing, winner take all situation. And then I think that we're going to see Widow Von Doom rise as the new villain for the back half of the season. I think she's going to make it a few more weeks, I think, and she's going to cause some problems because she's lost all of her confidence. She is, I don't know where she got this misfound confidence anyway, because she's really never shown her shit from day one. But she is just, she's another one that's walking around the workroom, walking around the situation like she was better than this show. Better, she was the elite drag queen that came from her bar, came from her town or whatever, and now she's going to let everybody down. It's like, where did you get that aspect of? And she's being set up to lose all her confidence and lash out at other people because of it. I think that's the edit we're going to get for Widow Von Doom. Sherry, I don't know how she's going to play into all this, but I think that's where we're at, because we've got 2, Crystal, Heidi. We got 6 or 7 people left. I don't even know how many people, which will take us about. Well, if there's 7 left, we need to count. But if there's 7 left, that'll take us 3 weeks. About 3 more weeks out.
You have to get to the top 4.
Yeah, to the top 4.
4, yeah.
And if Sherry makes the top 4, we'll go into the finale with the top 3, and then it becomes, what are we going to do about the finale? Who knows?
Yeah, because they haven't filmed it yet.
No, they never. They film it in April every year, and they didn't. They usually film it like a week or so before it would air, and it always airs. The show ends, then there's a 1 free week, and then the finale airs. So during that free week is when they film the finale, and they haven't yet. Obviously.
Yeah. I did like this episode though, because we got the we got the mini challenge back, which was rather interesting.
The mini challenge is finally back after, which I hated this. Well, no, I like this mini challenge, but I hated what it replaced the reading challenge.
Yeah,
and I don't like it when they do that, because when you have tradition and you have certain things that are locked in place, the fans depend on it.
Mm-hmm.
The fans depend on the reading challenge. They depend on the snatch game. All this, like, what was it? All Stars 3. They didn't do snatch game. They did that weird dating game thing, and it's not good. And this one was funny. They had some funny stuff. The girls were really, really good, especially that first group were really good. But it wasn't the reading challenge. It didn't play off like the glasses and the reading. But it obviously replaced it because that's what they were doing. They were tearing each other down for that. Sponsorship is, you see a lot of that now in RuPaul that you didn't see before. Is a lot of the product placement sponsorship because it's it's on VH1 is big time, big leagues now.
Yeah, it's much different than when it first started out.
Oh yeah. Oh God. When it was just logo and then doing their little, kind of underground kind of thing, it was the show. It was what it was. Those are the best seasons. That kind of seasons 2 through 5 are like the best seasons because that's when it was purest. That's when it was RuPaul's Drag Race.
Mm-hmm.
But this mini challenge hello, Crystal is dating Gigi. Yes, I did hear that. I did. I heard that a couple days ago. So we have a little love thing that's going on. I don't think it was going on then, but it may have obviously started then if they met there. But I think they make a good little couple. That's cute. Yeah.
And I actually like Crystal, so.
I do too. I think Crystal. In the beginning, Crystal kind of got that bum rap that she thought she was being unique. She thought she had her own style of drag, that whole clown makeup thing that she was doing, and the kind of hobo style drag, that she was doing. I think she thought she was funny. She was original. Come to find out, she wasn't quite original, and the judges read her for it and just really took her down. So instead of just moping about it, she decided to step out of her box and just do different and new things, and I think she's really grown from that, and that's why I think she's having her success on the show is for listening and showing new sides of her. Will the puppets be replaced? I hope not. I really hope the puppets aren't replaced because it's another staple. It's another thing that we absolutely depend on. It usually comes Final 5 is usually when the puppets are Final 4, Final 5, right before the big. Then they'll do a ball for the Final 4 usually. So those 3 things, the reading, the puppets, and the ball. But they replaced the reading challenge, so I don't know. We'll see what happens with the puppets. Because if I was going on the show and I didn't get a puppet, I'd be pissed. Because that's part of the takeaway from that. You get your puppet,
I know you get to keep your puppet and take it home with you.
Unless this replaced the puppets, and we're still going to get the reading challenge because the reading challenge is one of the most famous challenges that they have. Because it's all the same thing. It's all just making fun of each other. So, but the challenge was replace one of those reading challenges, and it was basically there. It was like a mystery box. Mystery boxes are big right now through everything. Every company has one, and it
wasn't a mystery box. It was a Fit Fab Fun box.
Oh, Fun box, yeah, Fit Fab Fun box, which is the same thing, I guess. Well, do you know the products that was in it when you order it, or is it mystery?
No, it's like when you order like the BoxyCharm or any of that stuff. They all you get name brand products, but you get like a bunch of different ones so that you can try them. And then they hope that you'll buy the bigger product or that you'll come to the company to buy more products and stuff.
Like a sampling.
But it's a monthly subscription box, and it's basically a mystery box because you fill out quizzes. You fill out quizzes and you tell them like your interests and the things that you like and you're into and stuff. And then they have people put together boxes for you. They usually don't follow that stuff. They just kind of put them together depending on how fast they're pumping them out. But it's a mystery box basically.
Yeah, cool. They're probably expensive too if it's all those different companies sampling.
Well, yeah, all of them. They're all about the same thing, anywhere from $40 to $60. Some of them are even more expensive than that.
Yeah, the Harry Potter one that I was getting from Loot Crate was $40 for every 2 months, and they're always late, and the items so. Anyway, we're gonna have to do a whole show on mystery boxes one time because we can go into mystery boxes for forever because there's so many different ones. Even people like on eBay are just making their own mystery boxes and sending their own crap out in boxes. It's funny. It's a huge culture.
Well, and then all you have to do is tell somebody it's a dark web box or that it's haunted or possessed, and people will spend lots of money and buy it.
Yep.
I'm gonna start doing it. I'm gonna take some of my kids' toys and stuff I'm gonna start banging them up, burn them up a little bit, and be like, "This is a possessed doll. You should buy it."
You should
Bidding
try it once,
starts
see what
at
happens.
$25.
Try it once, see what happens.
Try it and see what happens.
I will. You know what? That's what I'll do. I will try it, and we'll see what happens, and I'll tell you guys. I'll keep you updated. And I feel bad because I don't want to lie to people, but I'll say,
Are you gonna put it on Macari?
I'll put a disclaimer at the bottom where you have to read the fine print that says this item may or may not be haunted.
Well, also, you got to look at the rules of Macari or eBay of what they say, because I tried to put a mystery bag of it wasn't really a mystery bag, it was just a bag of just hundreds of extra Star Wars figures that I had. I just put them all in the bag, and I was like, choose bag 1 or choose bag 2. And Macari took down my listing and said that you have to reveal what you're going to sell, or at least show a picture of a sampling of what you're going to sell. And so I had to open the bag and take a picture of the inside of the bag before I could put it back up there and sell it. So now I know eBay has mystery boxes, so eBay you maybe
eBay does. I know eBay does all the time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's what the challenge was.
Yeah, so it was a box, and in the box they had.
I love this challenge, by the way.
Little gifts like
oh my god,
perfume and lotion and shit like that. And
it doesn't even matter what was in the box. The whole point was, the only reason we knew it was a FabFitFun box and they kept highlighting that is because they sponsored the show.
Yeah,
the product didn't matter. They didn't really. The whole point was pick stuff you can use to throw an insult with.
Yes, so that's exactly what they did. They took whatever item they were pulling from the box they created like a little storyline that these are high society girls, high noon meeting for tea, and they're gonna sit down. Oh, hi, kissy, 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 and then they're just reading each other.
And throw shade.
Yeah, a lot of people do this. You know, there's high society people, people that are hoity-toity or whatever. They do this kind of crap. It's the insult, the compliment with the insult is pretty funny. And that's what they did. They had like, I got these sunglasses for you so that you don't see your face, stuff like that. So it was
right.
cute.
She gave what was the one? She Black Widow. She gave her the mug, and she said, because of your ugly mug and stuff.
Don't crack this one.
Well, that's
don't crack this one.
Yep, break this one.
And see, the reason that this kind of test exists in a competition show, RuPaul's Drag Race, is because a huge portion of the drag community, especially the nightlife, the bar community for drag queens, is a lot of them are on an open mic. A lot of them have to host shows, carry through the evening, keep a crowd alive, and the culture of queens on a mic is kind of reading like that, kind of, insult with humor. And there's a lot of queens who are really, really, really good at it, really famous for it. And but it is part of so RuPaul's testing them, seeing how they do, hot on the mic is basically with the fun challenge. So first group was 4 versus 4. So there's 7 people left then. It was 4 versus 4, and the first group of 4 was Gigi, Jackie.
Yeah, Gigi and Jackie. You've drawn a blank.
Crystal? Was it Crystal and the other one? Crystal? No, Jan. No, Jan and Crystal.
Jan and Crystal.
Yeah, that was the first group, was it? Or was Jan the second group?
No. Jan and Crystal weren't together. It was someone else.
Anyway, they were funnier than the second group. The second group had Sherry and
the first group was way funnier.
Yeah. The first group, they just got. Heidi was in the first group.
Yeah.
Heidi
it was Heidi and Crystal.
And because
Jan was in the other group.
Yeah,
Heidi totally shined this episode.
She did. Right from the get, right from this challenge, Heidi was already shining. I mean, she's so funny naturally, and I was really glad that
I thought with that first group though, that I thought Gigi did a really good job comeback wise, but I thought Jackie had some pretty good comebacks.
Well, they won. Jackie and Gigi won.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Heidi, I was really happy for Heidi this challenge to be able to shine this way, because one of her downfalls for her in a competition was that she doesn't realize how naturally funny she is. Because when she gets into a competition or scripted type of scenario, she loses all that personality, that side of herself. And this episode taught her.
Well, and that's what he told her. He said, "Be funny with me the way you're being when the camera's not rolling."
Yeah.
He said, "That's what I want to see."
And then
she started to do it, and you're like, because they weren't showing us that. And then you were like, oh my God, she's hilarious.
Yep. And when she realized she got it, she got the two, because that's what she said. She says, "Oh, they want me to do this. Oh, I'll give them this." She didn't think she could do that. She couldn't merge the two. Now that she knows she can, she's great.
It was
but
just,
that's later.
She was just, you know what it was? She was lacking the confidence.
Yep.
And as soon as all it took was for him to say, "Hey, do what you're doing when we're in between breaks." That's what I'm looking for. Then the nerves kind of went away. You calmed down, because comedy relieves that, laughter relieves that, obviously. But it was like, then you realize, oh, I can be myself too. And even as a drag queen, like all of the things you've been through to be who you are, for one more person to give you that confidence to say, no, be you. It's just, I think it really, really like hit home really hard with her. And she was
really
just bam, like that,
because like naturally, what they should have really, they had a really good clip of her naturally. This episode was when she comes on set and she's setting her stuff around, and she's like, "Where's the lotion?" And then what's his face says she puts the lotion on the body, and then Heidi just perfect timing, just comments right after him, and it's like, that's hilarious. She's so naturally, the timing is so right.
Yes, that was.
But anyway, that's later when we get that. So
or it gets the hose. That's what she said.
Yeah,
she said, "Or it gets the hose."
So funny. So Gigi and Jackie win the challenge. They win a subscription for a year for this box and $1,000 gift card. And then we get into the challenge. And the challenge, this is another staple in RuPaul's Drag Race. It's there every single year. It's a you got to sell a product staple. And remember, this is coming off of RuPaul, who is the queen of this. She knows how to do this. RuPaul can put her name on anything and sell it to you. She'll sell you a freaking used condom. She sell it to you. You know,
I'm pretty sure, isn't RuPaul trademarked as well?
RuPaul is trademarked. Yes.
And that's what I'm saying, because you hear the name, even if you don't know drag queens, even if you don't know about the business, you don't know anything. You don't know anything about this person. You have heard the name RuPaul. You know
RuPaul is a brand.
RuPaul is.
Yeah, RuPaul is a brand. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what she's very much like Madonna in the sense that they knew that them themselves, they were the product. And they didn't look at themselves as a person, as an entertainer. They were a product.
The reason we had last episode.
Yep, exactly. There's so much respect for that, because RuPaul is basically like, first and foremost, you get paid. And how do you get your check? You got to sell yourself. You got to put yourself out there. Whatever sticks to the wall, you go for it. And so that's why she has this challenge in her show all the time, is because that's where RuPaul really excels. RuPaul is just a genius at this. And so she wants to see what the other girls have going on. Want to see what they can market for themselves.
Were some of the best I've seen in a while. So I thought
what?
Some of the products that they came up with.
Yeah. Sometimes it's really, really good. Sometimes it's incredibly creative. Other times it kind of just falls flat. This one kind of, I think, was in the middle a little bit. They do all different things.
Let's see. I just want to back up real quick. I just saw the comment. Buffy said that Crystal is dating Gigi.
Yeah, we saw that. Yep.
Okay, and then she said, will the puppets be replaced? What puppets?
We don't know. There's a puppet challenge that comes at Final 5.
Oh, okay, I got you. Reading is fundamental, and she said the Harry Potter box, Michael? ?
Oh yeah, Buffy showed me there's a new. I guess it's from Wizarding World, from the official Harry Potter site. I have to look a little bit more into it. That they're doing. It appears to be a one-off Harry Potter subscription box. That I believe it's Wizarding World. I have hesitation towards something like that. That's a one-off by the official source, because it reads to me that they're just kind of dumping their crap. There's kind of clearing out inventory. We'll do this one big special for fan club members, and it's like, well, you're doing this for the Wizarding World community. We probably own 90% of that stuff, Right. But I'm curious. I got to look into it a bit more. But it is interesting to see the official Wizarding World source doing one versus Loot Crate, because Loot Crate was the one that had the official Wizarding World trademark to do a mystery box, and now it seems like Wizarding World itself is taking it on themselves. So I will, when we do our box show, I will follow up on that, because I may end up getting, if it's in the US, because right now it looks like the ad that she sent me is only UK, but if it's available in the US too, I'll look into it. I'm not. Oh my god, I gotta have it because I'm a little cautious about boxes these days. But it is interesting, very very interesting. Anyway, so back to the challenge. We get an introduction to the challenge that you're gonna sell a product. You basically you come up with the product that you're gonna sell, and you have to. There was a theme to it. There was a what did how did they put it?
They have to come up with the product. They have to come up with the they're actually going to be filming like an infomercial,
like a little ad for it.
Ad. There had to be like a transformation with the product or something. A product that makes you a better person, or there was some sort of thing to it.
I don't know if they said specifically. I don't remember.
Say specifically, but basically that they have to be able to sell themselves, and it has to be an actual product itself.
Yeah, it's a transformative product, something that.
And they have to come up with their products.
Yeah, and they got to choose whatever they wanted. Whatever's in the room, whatever they thought of, and some of it was very creative, and others it was just kind of So
well, I thought some of the products were creative, and then the performances were weak, and some of them were vice versa. Yeah. But the ones where the performance was good and the product was weak, I don't think it mattered because the performance shined, and the product wasn't the most important thing because this isn't a real product you'll be selling.
It's all about the performance. It's all about selling.
Exactly.
You could sell a can of dirt. It's all about selling it. But some of the product was their ideas were pretty unique. But like you said,
the first one I liked because that was a good way to open it. The bitch spray.
Oh, that was Heidi.
Jan?
Was that Jan or Heidi? That was Heidi, wasn't it?
That was Heidi. Was that?
No. That was Gigi. Gigi had the.
That was Gigi.
Yeah. The first one, was Gigi.
No. The first one was Jan. No, it wasn't. Wait.
No,
I'm confused.
Gigi was first.
It was, or was it Jackie?
No, Jackie was first. Gigi came after.
Jackie was first, and then Gigi had the nocturnal one. The fall asleep one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Gigi, and that was very disappointing. So let's go through them. So Jackie's first.
Okay. Wait, Buffy pointed out new lifestyle essential item for drag queen Droop.
There you go. Yeah, this was something transformative.
That's what it was. Yeah, because that's why the whole title of the episode was Droop, because they're playing on drag queen and Goop. Yeah. And then they had to come up with a lifestyle product like Goop has. Mm-hmm. And Goop is owned by Gwyneth Paltrow, who just put out her vagina scented candles.
Yes, disgusting.
That sold out like immediately.
Of course it did.
Like everybody wanted to know what her vagina smells like.
And do you really think her vagina smells like that? No.
Yes, thank you, Buffy, for letting us know about that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so
and Jackie she said Jackie first, then Jan.
Okay, so what was Jackie's product? Jackie had
Jackie was the bitch spray.
Yeah, Jackie had the bitch spray, and it was basically kind of a high society kind. Oh no, Jackie was the genie. And she.
Oh yeah.
Or was that? Yeah, Jackie was the genie. This was funny.
Huh? Yeah. Jackie was the
first one was the bitch spray.
No, it wasn't.
No, that was later. That's Gigi. This was the genie where she did the cut takes. Huh?
Jackie was the genie because that one was the one that started it.
Yeah, that. She was like, I'm gonna hold this. She's doing the cutaways for like the old 1960s kind of thing.
And I just remember when they were doing all the cutaways and stuff, I was like all confused, going, "What the hell are you doing?"
So that was cute. That was actually a really, really cute idea that she had. Then we go to Jan, and Jan was this was like, "Oh, I'm Jan, be like me." She was doing like a Just Jack thing. Just Jan. You have all that. You can sing like me. You can dance like me. You can be like me. For fucking sake! Once again. It
oh my god! And the energy. Can we just say the energy on that? Like
it just shows the desperation, the lack of confidence in yourself. But you're presenting out there that you have all the confidence in the world, and all it comes off of is you're desperate. You're desperate for attention. You're desperate for somebody to notice you. You're desperate for somebody to pat you on the back and tell you think you're doing a good job. Instead of just focusing on what you're doing and try and do a good job for yourself, she's trying to do a good job for everybody else, and it means nothing to herself. And it's just, it irritates the mess out of me because even the guy said, right when she came on, he was like, "Whoa." you're giving me really intense right now, and it's not a good thing. It's like really off-putting intense. And she's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And
tone
he
it down.
did. He said that right away.
Yeah, because that's the vibe somebody like that gives in the room. It's like, notice me, me, me. You know, and it's like, chill, just be you, and we'll notice you. And that I knew that's what irritated me about her. So then it's just she did her thing. Then we get to probably what's her face, Jasmine,
Crystal.
No, the other African American chick, huh?
With Jackie, we have.
The other African American chick. I always forget her name every week.
Not Heidi, the other one.
Yeah, I forget her name every week.
The slim one.
Yes. Huh? No. The slim. Jada. Yeah. She did a. Hers was okay.
Yeah.
She did
Hers was like a spray. They all did like sprays.
Yeah. But I was trying to think about what her storyline was. It was fine. It was okay.
Yeah, she said Jade, the Essential Hall, the Essence Hall.
Yeah, Jada Essence Hall. I always forget her first name always because I want to call her something else and then it blanks me out. She just did a pretty cut and dry, regular, transformative type spray. She was beautiful. She's nothing memorable about it, but it's fine.
Yeah. Then
you got Gigi here now. I think Gigi's right about here, somewhere in here. Gigi did the bitch knockout spray, and what was disappointing about this is Gigi was set.
It was okay, but
she set herself on such a high bar at this point in the competition with her little winning streak that everybody now is in that. What is Gigi gonna do? So now Gigi, the only place that Gigi can go is down, and that's what happened this episode. Is she was so on top that she thought she was so on top. She came in there with the attitude on during her takes of, okay, well, here I am. I'm going to do it. Yeah, Jada did the tucking pants. That's right. It was fine. It was nothing like over like dramatic or funny or but it was memorable. It wasn't memorable, but it was fine. Got her through. Wasn't bad. Gigi just came in there. She was just kind of just, I'm here. I'm going to do this. You're going to like it, and I'll do fine. I don't need to write home about it. I don't need to overexert myself because I'm winning and it's going to be fine. And I don't know if that came across that way in her head because she was trying to play a bitch. She was just trying to be cold, but it came off that way to the audience, to the viewing, because she's starting to seem overconfident. They're even having like little, in their diary sessions of people saying, don't get too confident, where you're at. So there must be that energy in the workroom.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, there must be that energy in the workroom that Gigi's got really overconfident. And like what happens with a lot of people that are on a winning streak like that, look what happened to Alaska and All Stars 2. She's got knocked down a couple pegs this episode, and I think it will benefit her. I think it will really benefit her. But yeah, hers was not good. It wasn't great. It was very monotone. It was nothing acted about it. The story that she was trying to present fell flat because her performance fell flat. So she paid for it.
Yeah.
Then we go into Widow Von Dune. Was just terrible.
Remember a line. Oh my God, could not remember a line.
This is what frustrates me about shows like this, where
they give him. Well, he told him right away. We give you 7 minutes. It's all right. Try again. And for 7 minutes, could not remember what 3 fucking lines.
Here's the problem. You wrote it.
I was just about to say, and you wrote it.
Nobody knows what you said. Say whatever the fuck comes to your mind. Nobody knows. You wrote it. You know what your story is.
Was there a rule? Wait, was there a rule saying you couldn't have somebody hold cue cards for you? Like,
I know exactly. You this is yours. RuPaul says you do it, you market it, you make it, go for it. And it's like that's what always every season there's at least one girl, sometimes a couple that go in there and can't remember a thing. They freeze when they're up there. And it's like, this is the easiest challenge not to freeze on.
And I felt bad for her because I think that's what it was. She seemed really, really nervous.
Yeah, because she's another one that's got in her head where she thought she was going to be so much grander than the show it wanted her to be. She thought she was going to go in there and wipe out all these competitions, and she was so much better than all these girls. And she found that her talent level wasn't up there with the rest of them. And she was struggling to even.
It's not easy. There's veterans that leave crying. It's not easy.
Yep.
She struggled, and so did Sherry, because her performance was not very good either. It was very flat.
as usual, we didn't get to see Sherry's rehearsal. We didn't get to see Sherry's takes.
No.
And so we didn't know any problems that she was having in the rehearsal period. But Sherry's fell flat as well.
After it was already
that was
done.
all we got to see.
But
then we get Heidi, which is such a great moment for Heidi. Heidi comes in. She's once again very typical Heidi. She's funny on the outtakes. She's not confident during the thing. The guy calls her out on it. He's like, "Just be you." She's, "Oh, I can be me." "Oh, yes, be you." "Oh, honey, I can be me. I'll show you me." And she does it.
And she
listens and she goes for it. And she's hilarious. She's absolutely hilarious. And when she hears that response from the judging panel, here's the laughter come back at her. Here's this guy who's judging her during her takes, rolling on the floor, just dying. You can see her confidence build and build. You can see it happening in her face and everything. It was amazing to see. She's my favorite of the season so far.
She was just like, I got this.
Oh yeah. She's
I just real quick wanted to point out, because BRT makes a good point for us, that we see the comments. They don't always pop up right away. So until we're notified, we may not see them. And sometimes they're slow for some reason. They'll lag. I think part of it may be the bandwidth thing we were saying with the internet and everything in general. So it's been a little laggier lately. But yeah, we do see your comments. And so yeah, it just takes us a minute to catch up to it. And I think there's a little bit of a lag too, I believe, in the video from what you're watching versus what we're actually saying. So
yeah, there's a delay. Yeah, on comments.
That's what I meant. Sorry, delay. I said lag. I meant lag with the internet, delay with the video.
Yeah, even the bigwigs are having problems with it.
So thank you, G, once again.
Yes, we appreciate that. Because right now we don't have control over that because everybody is home doing their thing.
We always have at least one person watching the comments. Sometimes they pop up on mine, sometimes they don't. I think it's just my program.
Yeah, I would say it's harder for Michael for some reason to see the comments.
Yeah, I don't know why. So like if you're addressing me, just shout me out, and one of these guys will tell me, because sometimes I don't see them. So Heidi does well, obviously, and then finally we got Crystal Methods. This was my favorite because I get her. I totally get Crystal. I know where she's coming from. I know what she's thinking. I love this goofball kind of out of the box thinking. It's so original, and yet it's so weird that people like. This is why I really gravitated toward Aiden as well. There's that real weird factor, that weirdo factor, that there's a lot of talent and there's a lot of confidence underneath that. And I think Crystal's really shining this season because she's getting positive responses on the things that she's doing and the changes that she's making based off of the judges. But her idea was so brilliant. She's like, I'm going to sell a product that I don't know that I'm selling. I don't know what the product is. So here I got to create this product, and that's going to be my storyline. I'm going to figure out what the product is on the spot. It was kooky. It was fun. Even when she was doing her takes, nobody knew what she was doing. The final product turned out well. I was happy for her. I liked it. It was so original, and it stood out to me over any of the other ones that they were doing.
It was definitely very creative. It was very creative. And like you said, nobody else was doing it.
Yep. See, and that's where somebody like Crystal is going to go really far in the business. She's young, and she thinks totally outside the box. All of her ideas are new and unique, and I think she's lived her whole life being beat by another drummer. Now her makeup, I'm glad that Michelle and them clocked her for her makeup like right away at the beginning of the episode, because I think Crystal, when she first came on the show, where she was doing her drag before RuPaul's Drag Race, she was doing drag that she thought was original. She thought was kooky and out of the box and everything. Kind of lots of them are doing drag like that. Trixie Mattel is doing drag like that. Kim Chi is doing drag like that, and so it's not quite as original as she thinks, but I think she's just doing a bad version of that. And Michelle was like, you're more original than that. You're more beautiful under there than that. You don't need all the clown makeup to hide what you're doing. She listened to that advice, made those changes, and now she's really excelling in some stuff. Like her runway look. We'll get to her runway. Her runway look completely original, outside of anything that anybody else was doing. And that's what I like about it. She's an original thinker. She comes up with her own ideas. Very neat. So they did the challenge. So then we go to the runway. The runway was Black Wedding.
Okay, and can we please talk about the guest judge who was a complete and total dud this week? Was it me or Yeah, she said nothing almost.
Shaka Khan's on every season. She is a good friend of RuPaul's. She's a legend in the music business, but
oh, I know that, but it's like she's not interacting with anybody, and it's just like, hello.
You can tell she so doesn't want to be there. She's so just like, okay, I'm doing this for RuPaul. This is so above the crap that I want to be sitting around doing. Okay, you guys are funny. Yeah, it is crazy. Even when she went backstage turning on text, she was just like, yeah, and I'm here again. Why am I here again?
Why am I doing this? Yeah.
And considering the judges that we've had this season have been so grateful for being there. I mean, RuPaul is really picking them this year, the fans of the show to come judge. Like, Leslie Jones and what's her face from last week? What am I thinking of her name from last week?
I'm gonna have to go back and look.
Anyway, and like Nicki Minaj, the first episode, all these people are really excited to be there, and then you get Shaka Khan, who's just like,
I'm
here again. No funny quips in between, nothing.
I know. It's like, oh, come on, just give us something, and there was nothing. But
the
runway looks incredible, though.
Great. I was like, oh god, here we go. We're doing wedding. I hate it when they do a wedding dress challenge because you always think it's all going to look relatively the same. It's all going to be this kind of fashionista kind of style of wedding dresses, but no. Ooh. Everything was unique. Everything was so different. It was really, really cool. Their takes on all this. You had some that were just traditional wedding, like Jackie's was a big wedding gown, veil, and the whole 9 yards, and then on the back, Jackie did the storyline of anti-wedding. Was her storyline. She done up in the whole black wedding garb, but everything was anti-wedding. She took the ring off. She had the don't on the back. Very fashion forward, but very telling the opposite story. So that was neat. Then you have who's this? Jan, which was typical trying to be pretty Jan. Desperation calls, just kind of, I'm going to do the highest fashion that I can do because I'm going to, people are going to see how much money I spent on what I'm doing, whatever. Jada was kind of the same way. This runway. Sherry, who was very costumey. Again, Sherry does a lot of costumes because she's very theatrical. She's very Broadway based. What she does, so everything looks like it. Even her makeup looks like it's come off the Broadway stage, almost like a children's pantomime type of thing. So, but again, Sherry's got this fascination with real dark side, death kind of runways. That's been a theme for her throughout the season. Is she's done a lot of that, and she walks down the runway all Phantom of the Opera S style. It's okay for this challenge. It's been really bizarre at other times when she's done it. There's been like no place for it in other times, so it's really weird. Heidi just did kind of stripped down kind of version of wedding dress. Who had the Gigi? Gigi had the ballerina skirt with the blonde hair on top of all the black. She was the only one with the colored hair with the blonde hair. Is really neat. And then you had Crystal. Crystal comes out as a dead, a bride from the dead, and she went through all this detail to show the skull work underneath and show that the nails were ripped out of the gloves as if she was clawing out. Even in death, the nails continue to grow. So she thinks about all of these eccentric details. And it makes sense for her story. It makes sense for the look and things that she's putting together that nobody else would have noticed. I would have never thought about her costume's nails had she not pointed out that she did that because, yes, when you're dead, nails continue to grow. And so, the whole dusty, poofy hair that she was going down there. It was my favorite look on the runway.
It was cute.
That one, and I liked Gigi's look. The ballerina skirt, I loved it.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was really just that blonde hair that offset the whole thing was really pretty. I mean, this is a season of kind of fashion gurus. You got Gigi, you got Jackie, you got Jan, you've got Jada. They're all like kind of really, really big into like high-end fashion. And that's what's different about RuPaul nowadays than it was back in the day, is that these people know what they're going to do, and they have spent thousands and thousands of dollars getting their looks together before the season. Whereas in seasons past, especially the early seasons, they just showed up to Drag Race, and they brought a few things and they did their thing, and pretty much all the looks were kind of thrown together during the season. This I've seen the writer that they get when they get cast on the show. I've seen a couple of copies of it, and what it is It says, "Welcome to RuPaul's Drag Race. You will need the following looks." Is very generic. It'll say a Madonna look, a Michelle Visage look, a dark wedding look, or black wedding look. Just it doesn't tell you any details about what you should or shouldn't do. It just kind of gives you the title of what they're doing, and that's where their creativity at home has got to come from. But they can spend all of this money. They can have other designers do it. They can, it's not just about their singular creativity anymore. Very rarely, whereas that used to be a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race. It used to be a lot about what they can put together. But it's fun to see the runways with these great looks. I think that's why they do it mainstream, is because the looks are so well put together. They're so well done. So we get to everybody's safe except for, well, Heidi wins. Good for Heidi. Heidi wins. And made me so happy. Just the joy on her face. Oh, we didn't talk about Heidi's whistling through the teeth.
That was the best.
What was really cool about Heidi's journey this episode was that she was given criticism all along the way. She was given positive criticism or constructive criticism, and she listened to every piece of it. Like when they were in the workroom and they were doing the tour, they're like, "Heidi, what are you doing?" She's like, "I'm doing this." And they're like, "Well, you should try this." And even the whole product thing that RuPaul had kind of come up with it for her, and she's like, "Wait a minute, that was my idea. You listened to my idea. You went with it. You're listening. You're making these changes." And that just shows a lot of growth in her. And RuPaul's funny. She's like, "I own 51%.
I did like her comment when she was like, "However, I do now own 51% of the idea that I just gave you."
And see, what makes me so happy about this type of situation is, and it's so frustrating with other queens or other competition shows, is when somebody on the panel that's going to judge you is telling you something, regardless of if that's deeply in you or not, listen to it. Make the change. They're telling you this is what they want to see. It's like, you want to win $100,000? They do what they say. They're telling you. They're giving you hints. You know what? I really don't like that brown wig. Maybe have you ever tried blonde? And then they come out of the runway in a brown wig. They wanted you in a blonde wig. Yeah. And Heidi proved that if you listen to it and you really take it to heart and you really make those changes, not only is it good for your morale in the show because she wins the competition. She has got that extra boost in her confidence. She's smiling from ear to ear, but it also paints you in a much better picture with the judges going forward. Now when you walk out the runway, they're like, "Oh, I like this Heidi. I'm gonna see what she does now." Instead of Heidi needs some help. What's she gonna do? Listen to the judge. Like Snatch Game is notorious for this. They'll go around. They're like, "Show us what's your impersonation?" "Oh, my impersonation is Celine Dion." "Okay, how you gonna make Celine Dion funny?" "Oh, I'll do French accents." Wallaby. They're like, "Do you have a backup?" Well, I thought about doing Judge Judy." "Okay, well, show us your Judge Judy." They do a good Judge Judy, and they're like, "Yeah, I like that." They come out and Snatch Game and do Celine Dion. It's like they just told you which one to pick. What to do.
Right.
And a lot of times they don't listen. Even if it's not in you, even if you're saying, "Well, that's not my dragon, I would never do that." Who cares? Guess what? You go out there, you win the challenge. It boosts your confidence and it gives you one step closer to the win, one step closer to the money, one step closer to the crown. And it's like, then when you have that crown on your head or you're in that finale, do the best you've earned your way there. You're just playing the game. It's all about the game. Play the game, and whatever the rules of the game are, not your rules, whatever the rules of the game are, listen. And I love this episode with Heidi because she did. It showed how successful that could be.
Yeah.
So she wins, and then we get down to, and this is where I jumped out of my seat. I had not.
The bottom two were Jen and.
Yes, I leapt out of my seat. I had not thought this was coming. I did, based on the judges' critique, because Sherry got a negative critique. Widow Von Doom got a negative critique. Jan got just a mediocre critique. I didn't think it was all that negative. It was just mediocre. Who else got negative critiques?
That was pretty
Gigi. Gigi got negative critiques for her thing. So I had actually thought that it was going to be Widow and Sherry in the bottom for some reason. That's just the feeling that I got from panel.
That's what I thought too.
And they said when they said Jan was in the bottom, I was like, "I don't know, wait, yes." So sad, but I was just like cheering for somebody in the bottom, and so they do the lip sync, and you know what? Widow, based off of the challenge and based off of the drag and based off of the runway, Widow deserved to go home. Oh, first off, they asked all the queens, like RuPaul does every season, who deserves to go home, and every single one of those bitches picked Widow. Every single one of them picked Widow, and then Widow picked. Who did Widow pick? She didn't, did she?
No, she did. I'm trying to remember. Oh,
it doesn't matter.
She said the only one I didn't like was
Jan. Yeah, and I was like, Jan. I was like, and Jan even looked like that. I was like, because I thought the same thing. I was like, Jan was okay. She wasn't great, but she's okay. What are you talking about? And then they put Jan in the bottom. I was like, woohoo, hoo, hoo, hoo. But so everybody even thinks that Widow should have gone home. Everybody, because you see it, everything that Widow's trying to do.
But you know why they didn't send her home?
Because Jan's a bitch.
It's reality TV, okay?
Yeah,
and it's a drag race. They want the drama. Now Widow knows that everybody don't like her and wants her to go home and thinks she sucks.
Yep.
That's going to create more drama for the next episode. I guarantee you. Watch next episode. Black Widow is going to be all up in some shit with the other contestants, and they're going to be trying to scheme behind her back, and just watch.
I tell you, I wouldn't even I would not put it past the show if Black Widow wins, or Widow Von Doom wins the next challenge and puts her on top for it. They like to do that mess too with the storylines. I mean, she's got to perform. One thing I will say about RuPaul is on the general, she's fair. And like with picking the winner, it's
definitely. But they still have to create a certain amount of drama so that people will watch the show. I mean,
trust me,
people love to watch a train wreck.
Yeah, that's the formula for reality TV. Is you are cast in reality TV not based on you as an individual. You are filling a slot as a character. You are filling a character type, the gay guy, the angry black woman. Those are the character arcs that you're filling, and then they create a storyline based on how you as a person fit those character types.
Yes.
And what you choose
a lot of it is scripted, and people don't realize that. They tell them what to say a lot of times. They tell them what to do.
My friend Rick was on a reality show a few years back. He was on a Bigfoot hunting show, and so he's we should have him on one time and he talk about he'll come on a heartbeat. He does his own show based off it. He talk about the ins and outs of reality TV and what really is behind the camera and what they do is pretty interesting. Yeah, all the stuff that we think that we know that's out there, but it's interesting to hear it from somebody that was there. Going through the ups and downs. He's crazy. But yeah, it is. It's not necessarily scripted per se, like you get a script, but they tell you what to say. They tell you, you know what.
They feed them booze and get them liquored up and especially on any of those couples type of shows.
Yeah, well, for broadcasting, there's two different types of there's many different types, but the two main ones for adult broadcasting is you have entertainment or you have like gambling, like competition shows. And all of these reality shows, they're all classified as entertainment. They're not classified as game show. Like Wheel of Fortune is a game show. Jeopardy is a game show. Whereas RuPaul's Drag Race is an entertainment show. Big Brother is an entertainment show. Because that way they can produce whatever they want to produce with the storyline. Says I think shows have a line producer. Even Cops had one, which is the person who can feed exactly. Yes. Yeah. Because they're on the set.
Widow did not get one of those.
No, she didn't. They threw her under the bus.
Yeah, well, and they do that. They pick the person. There's like, you know what? Here's our victim this week, or here's going to be the villain this week. They will villainize people just to have a villain, on certain things. I remember when Fifi and Sharon came out of season 4, and they were doing years later. They were doing some interviews. With their whole, they have the infamous big huge feud in RuPaul's Drag Race where they're standing in the workroom screaming at each other from back and forth. Yes, they did not like each other, but they were fed all of those fights. They were like, okay, when you guys go in the workroom today, you guys fight about this. You guys one stand on one end, the other one stand on the other end, and scream at each other. They were fed all that.
Let's see. Buffy asks, "Who is your all-time worst and best queen of all 12 seasons?"
Oh, I can't answer that question because I haven't.
About my worst is Alexis Michelle. I could not watch the season with her on there. I could not stand her. Second worst is Eureka. She's another one that really rubs me wrong. But best, I don't know. I would have to say Ben de la Creme probably. would probably be my best. I think Bend to the Creme is one of the most talented, underrated queens. And I love Shangela. I love Shangela's story. I love everything about Shangela. I love Alyssa Edwards as well. But I would have probably say talent-wise, Bend to the Creme. Entertainment-wise, Shangela. There you go. And,
there you go.
But Alexis Michelle, hands down, is my least favorite drag queen of all of them. So, so now we got Widow Von Dune and Jan in the bottom. Like, oh shit, it's on. So they do a Shaka Khan song, obviously, because Shaka Khan's on panel, and Widow nailed it. That was one of the best lip syncs I've seen this whole season. It was absolutely right on message. It was right on point. Because sometimes you don't have to do the flips and the trips and the death drops and all and the costume reveals if you're listening to the song. If you're understanding the song and you're listening to the lyrics and you're following the emotion of the song, that goes miles away any flips and trips and stuff. I always hate when queens do acrobatics in a lip sync because all it screams is desperation. It screams that you want to be noticed. So how are you going to get noticed? You're going to do a backflip. Who the fuck stands up there on stage? Have you ever seen Madonna go up there and do fucking cartwheels and backflips? No, that's not when you don't need that attention. But they do that out of desperation. Notice me, I'm doing flips. Whereas Widow's standing right there center stage, feeling the mission of the song, hands down. I give it to her. She rocked it, and that's why I started getting excited. I was like, "Whoo, Widow won this lip sync! Holy shit! They're really gonna send Jan home? Oh my god!" They said, "Jan, sashay away."
Yes! Yeah, you're like, no!
Now I'm happy.
Yes,
it's like now I don't have to be irritated with the season anymore. And of course, typical Jan fashion.
You'll find a new reason.
Yeah, well, I know. Probably. She comes off the show, and when she goes in the workroom, and typical Jan fashion, I thought I was going to do better than I was going to do, and crocodile tears, and oh well, they had me. Go home. Go home to your fake drag mama.
Okay, so we're getting questions on where did our StreamYard logo go? Well,
where our StreamYard logo?
Yeah, because we don't have it in the corner anymore. I changed it.
It's isolated in the corner?
No, I changed it to ours because...
Oh, ours, yeah.
Yeah. And the reason I changed it to ours is because we had to upgrade our StreamYard so that we could stream every day. So now we have the option of not having the duck in the corner.
The duck. We get ours.
Yep.
That is where the duck went, because we've been getting questions about that. It's like, where did it go? Where did it go? Well, this is where it went. So yes, we had to upgrade our
duck. It went into a cocoon and came out as a late night snack.
Yep.
Yeah, our logo's so small though.
I know we need a new logo. Yeah,
I need to work on it. So I didn't catch Untucked. Did anybody catch Untucked?
No, I did not get a chance.
I know that Shaka Khan went backstage. I saw a clip of it. I will watch it. I just haven't yet. Is anybody in the comments catch Untucked?
I tried to watch it and then it cut me off and wouldn't let me watch it anymore.
Oh really? Yeah. If anybody in the comments got anything significant come out of Untucked, I'm sure it was Widow back there boohooing and mooing about her.
Right.
Typical. I'm sure that was going on. Heidi, congratulate for her win. At least it's not none of the Aiden picking on bullshit and Untucked. I'm sure Jan is back there bitching and moaning that she's in the bottom.
They did throw some shade at Aiden while they were getting ready for the.
Still, leave that poor kid alone.
I know it's like leave.
It's like Aiden's still getting beat up on it, but yeah, Britta goes out and she's queen of the queens, and oh, gotta love Britta. Get out of here, nasty old bitch.
Drama.
Too much drama for your mama.
Anybody say anything about Untucked? I can't see.
Nope.
No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, because I just it's the first time I haven't really. I had it on. I was just doing a couple other things. I was doing my key. I finally figured out how to do my key, and now I can do the rest of them today.
Yay!
Hey, that could be your reveal today instead of a wand. Your key reveal.
I'll do both because I have a wand.
There you go.
I'll reveal the key because I'm working on it.
We're about right there, aren't we?
Yes, we are, because that is the end of the episode.
Okay, let's see. Ow!
So, the wand of the day.
Taskmaster. Scarjo.
Okay.
Speak of Black Widow.
Yes. He loves
So,
Black Widow.
in the Wand Hall, my new project is I'm doing, for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and yes, America is called the Philosopher's Stone. When they're going down to find the Philosopher's Stone hidden, there's the flying key scene where he's got to wear the room. I'm making flying keys to hang from the ceiling in the Wand Hall, and I finished my first key. It's my flying key. Let's see if I can get it. My flying key. I'll
You gotta hold it still now.
Still.
There it is.
There you go. I like it. It's cute.
I gotta do a bunch of them.
Really cool.
I'll show it when it's done. Maybe that will be since I revealed this on the show. Maybe that will be my first reveal of the Wand Hall is where the flying keys are. So there you
go. Buffy's protesting to bring back the duck.
Oh, no.
Duck back.
Original. Fuck the duck.
There you go. Fuck the duck. What the fuck?
Okay. So, Wand. Works for the Ministry of Magic. He's Death Eater. Still going on the Death Eater theme. Well, he's kind of he's prone to the bad side. He's not a Death Eater. He's probably the best. His name is Jaxley. He's an old man. He's fights Harry Potter in Death of Hells, but his one is very. I picked his one because I'm out of like real fancy queen ones, so I think his is kind of opulent, kind of hoity-toity. So that's why I picked it.
There you go.
Oh,
so
it is cool.
Nice.
It's shiny.
It's just basic. I love these straight stick ones like
shiny,
this.
Pretty. All right, so that is our show for today, guys.
Thank you all for joining us in this race we call life.
She picked Jan. Who picked Jan? Huh?
Wait. No.
What?
Who picked Jan?
What?
Oh, she was. Yeah, he was just saying who did Widow pick? It was Jan. I already told you.
Oh, Jan. Okay, yeah. See, that's a huge delay. That is a crazy delay. Yeah, BRT.
Yeah.
Thank you, Buffy, for being here. Thank you, B, as always, for being here. Much love.
Yes.
He's coming.
And
join us. And we will see you guys tomorrow for Tiger King.
Yep. Everybody have
a
Always early.